So this is maybe episode 1, maybe episode 2. I was thinking that as I went to the bathroom. But we'll see. We'll see how I arrange it. And this is my guest, Steph. Steph, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Steph OH. I'm a writer-director, social media expert in the side. That's where I make my monies. And I want to do rom-coms and YA. Yeah.
She's the rom-com queen.
I literally just got a When Harry Met Sally tattoo like right before this.
What?
Yeah, I thought I told you.
Can you show us on camera? Is that your favorite movie? Oh my
Yeah.
God, Steph, it looks amazing.
It's the most perfect tattoo ever.
Yeah, it'll
It's my
probably
favorite.
not. Yeah. It's when they're standing outside.
Yeah, maybe you could post like a photo
picture
here somewhere.
Yeah.
Let me get some liquid death.
I love ASMR.
Liquid death break.
We've been friends for how long? Like 4 or 5 years?
4 or 5 years.
Maybe 5 years.
Yeah, we beat Cesar and Ayeli by a lot. So.
Steph and I met at this event for the Latin Tracking Board, which is like a little organization that just a bunch of Latinos get together and meet up and talk about our goals. And Steph shows up, she sits down, and I'm like, I need to go sit down with her. Like, I just didn't know where to sit.
Yeah. I feel like
too.
every time we had like a Latin tracking board, it was like me and you. I would like look for you. I was like, where the hell is Helen?
We just felt safe.
I know we did.
Yeah.
We were each other's safe space for sure.
Yeah. But sometimes it was just a little scary going into those meetings. Like, who do I say hi to?
Yeah, exactly. Did this person remember me? I don't remember this person's name. I miss it.
I miss them so much.
Yeah.
They were so fun. Now it's ginormous.
I know.
Right now, what's your short-term goal? Because I'm curious. And then what's your long-term goal?
Short term, get another short out. You know, I've been working on that. I'm a Capricorn, so I feel like I literally have like a million things going on. And sometimes I feel like it's not enough. And then I talk to other folks and they're like, whoa, you need to, like, you're doing a lot. So I'm working on that. I have some friends who are interested in co-funding it. So I literally just have to like get it off the ground, which is why I'm looking like for producers and stuff. And yeah, my goal is just to work with like a lot of like Nayeli said, like Latinas and stuff. So that was like my goal. But applying to grants, fellowships, you know the thing. Literally, it's like a part-time job to do all that. But
I don't know how you do it.
It's a lot, and it feels like a college application. Like every time, like you have to like pour your heart and soul into like every like personal statement, basically. But you know, I think the more we do, the closer I get to like hopefully getting one. So yeah,
that's amazing. And then your long-term goal, directing, writing.
Yeah, directing, writing, rom-coms and YA features. I would love to direct for TV, but I feel like that's even hard to get into. Like I feel like you have to know like the showrunner or something, and then or a development exec who
hint Nayeli.
I know.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think for me, like I'm just focusing on like getting more work out there, even if that means like spending a little bit of my money to like make that happen. I know that's why, you know, people with rich parents, it's different because like you could just ask your parents like, hey, I need like $20K to make this short, while we're over here trying to like crowdfund, you know, every time.
You can only crowdfund so much.
I know. I feel so bad asking like the people in my life for money each and every time I want to do a project, which is why I was like, maybe I can ask people like who I know are willing to like pitch in like a little bit more, if that's okay. And they said yeah. So
that's
I
amazing.
gotta do it.
You gotta do it. I like when you tell someone your goal and then it makes you kind of like accountable.
Yes. Yeah. This is really holding me accountable.
Yeah,
right
this
now.
is really holding me accountable. The whole point of this podcast is to walk away with 3 gems, like something new for, you know, viewers. I don't know if there's anything, I don't know, is there any wisdom in terms of directing or writing that you have learned over the years?
I think for me, and like I low key, okay, this is an unpopular opinion. I think sometimes when people are like, you could just use your iPhone to like do this and that. I'm like, yes, but also like, no, I think you need a little bit more than that. And that doesn't mean like it's impossible. It just means like use all your resources, you know, which is why I bought lights, which is why I bought, you know, I have a camera and all that stuff. Like I don't necessarily like shoot or like know how to like do lights. So, you know, I'm not a gaffer, but I'm like, maybe I know some people, you know, community that's really going to help. So I feel like for me, it's like your community is always there for you. That's like one gem. And always be there for your community right back, because then you're just like, you know, it doesn't feel equal. So I think, you know, I don't know. I feel like I have a project coming up that I'm working with Cesar and Graciela, and my brother's gonna shoot it. I know your DP, your brother's a DP too. My brother's a writer, but he's DP'd before, so I'm like, good enough. Like, let's do it.
Good enough. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. So it's like that, like stuff like that. Like I don't. This is a project where I'm like, I'm not gonna spend a lot of money, but I still want to spend some money to like feed people and stuff. But it's gonna pay off, and hopefully, I'm will like I want to bring these people up with me. Like I know I'm gonna go places. Like that's not like that, there's no doubt there. But it's like bringing people up, with you.
No, I love you because I think you aren't just about like saying that, you are doing it. Steph let me borrow the lights for this podcast. She's always looking out for me, always like suggesting like programs to apply to. So I really appreciate it because it's so nice to have someone in your corner.
Yeah, I got you. I got everybody.
You're so nice. Let's see. My mom just before. Oh my God, my mom. Just before, like, I was driving over here and she's like, "Hey," and I can always tell when something is wrong because of the tone of her voice.
The way she says hey.
The way she says hi.
Yeah.
If she's been crying, if she got into a fight with someone, if she's just in a bad mood. I know this is so toxic of me and like codependent, but this is just the way I was raised.
Yeah.
And she sounded a little off and I was like, "What's wrong?" And she's like, "Oh, the windshield is fully cracked." And she's at work. So that means she drove to work in that car with a cracked windshield. She's like, "Yeah, I got to get it fixed." I call her at the end of the day and she's like, "Yeah, they didn't come to fix the windshield. I got to go into the shop." And I'm just like, oh my God, I worry about her so much. I don't know what your relationship is like with
Is she
your
there
mom.
by her, like, is there family over there?
So it's just my mom in San Antonio.
Well, she should come here.
I want her to. My goal is for her. I can't afford a house right now.
I know, yeah.
But if we could maybe like split rent on a house, that would be fun. My roommate, Taylor, she was like, "I want my mom to move here too." And I'm like, we could all be roommates.
That's a show right there.
Yeah. I don't know. I want my mom to come live over here just because she's always lonely. Our entire family's in Mexico.
Yeah.
Tell me about your mom.
Well, I literally live right next to my parents. My brother lives like literally in the same apartment complex. We're all renting, so my goal obviously, like, especially as like the eldest daughter, is always like, oh my God, I want to buy my parents a home and stuff. A little bit it's getting a little bit more impossible in Inglewood because of everything that's changing. So that's kind of like a goal that I feel like is slowly like getting further and further away from me. But hopefully, if I come up here, in this industry, that will change. But yeah, I feel like we weren't like the closest in high school. I always say that. I can like remember us like fighting, like having like verbal fights with each other and just, like being at odds. And my dad just being there. And then I remember right when I went to college, I got my nose pierced and I was trying to hide it from her. Like I had like a Zoom call with her. And then it was just like one side. So I was like literally turning this side so she wouldn't see it. And I like turned a little bit. And she saw it and she got really pissed at me. And then she didn't talk to me for like a week. And I was like, I'm in college by myself. This is my first year here. Like she did not want to talk to me. And I feel like that's when I felt like me missing her from my life. And I don't know, like after that we became really close and we're like besties now and like we love each other obviously now. I mean, we always love each other, but I think the love is like more like mother-daughter friends too, a little bit, I don't want to know everything about her life because I'm like, there's boundaries there, but still I feel like we're way better. But I feel like I'm her support system, very much so.
Same.
And I felt that lately when we had a situation come up and I like had to be the one to be there for her, and I'm like, this is a lot, but our parents don't know, how to properly deal with things, and we're still learning. Obviously we're going to therapy and all these things, but like we're the ones teaching our families like how to deal with certain things. So
I got my mom into therapy. I got my brother
She's
into
going,
therapy.
though?
She goes once a
Good.
week.
Okay.
My brother is like on and off.
Okay.
But I feel like it's helped my mom a little bit. I feel like if she were to get on medication, it would help a lot. But she's so anti-medication.
Yeah.
I
I think of the One Day at a Time episode where the grandma, like the mom goes on antidepressants and the grandma's like, why do you need drugs to like feel better? Like sometimes you need that, whatever makes you feel happier and just more, stable with your life and emotions.
Yeah, my mom's so cute. She's like, I'm going to send you Flores de Bach, like the homeopathic stuff. She's like, I'm going to send you that. You're going to take that every morning and you don't have to take your medicine anymore. And I'm like, Mom, it's just a chemical imbalance in my brain. Like, it's fine. And she used to take antidepressants. And then when she was younger, like raising me and my brother, so she got off of it, and she said it was really, really hard to get off of it. And I think her experience with that has kind of like tainted how she sees my experience with it. But I tell her and I remind her, I'm like, it's different medicine. Yeah. It's a different thing. So hopefully it'll be good. But wait, going back, where do you draw the line in terms of like what you share with your mom, what she tells you? I
think for me, like, I don't really share my relationship stuff with her that much. I don't share with a lot of people, if I'm being honest. Because I just want to protect my peace where that comes in. I don't know. I want us to be close, but like I think I want there to be more of like a solid boundary.
Yeah. I feel like that's super normal because I also didn't share a ton with my mom about when I was in a relationship. I would not really share. She'd have to kind of like pick and ask, and eventually at some point my mom understood that I'm not a sharer. Yeah. I don't really share with anybody. And so she kind of accepted me at some point. Like, I think it was a couple years ago, but it was hard for her because her and her mom were super close. They would talk about everything.
But then you like get that. I don't know. Like, I don't want her to carry anything either, or like have her own opinions about my boyfriend. Like, I don't know. It's just,
No, I think
so much drama in families that I'm like, I don't need that.
You just need boundaries. I remember having a session with my therapist, and she was like, yeah, like you got to have boundaries with your mom. And I was like, she was like, what's boundaries in Spanish? Could not think of the word. Could not think of the translation. And she's like, that's so funny that you guys just don't even have a word for it. And it all clicked.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Does not exist. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So I create them and I make them, and I protect my peace in that way because I'm like, I can't.
Yeah. Your mom and your dad have been married for how long?
They're not married.
Oh, they're not married.
No, they're
so
just
crazy.
together.
I love that.
I don't know why.
No. That's the way to do it.
I know. My dad's like, if we get married, we're gonna get divorced like a year later. So he doesn't want to get married, like, to my mom.
Me and your dad are the same person. Yeah.
Yeah, they've been together for 30 years now, not married. Like my family's like getting divorced left and right. So I'm just like, oh, maybe that is the plan, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the best approach, but I feel like we got deeper than y'all. Like, I feel so like, okay. I was like, is that too deep? Y'all were having so much fun.
Oh, yeah. But no, I think I like talking about moms all the time.
Well, we have a project that we're working on together about moms, Latina moms.
It's called 25.
Yeah.
Working title.
Yeah. Yes, working title.
But it's basically like 17 Again meets Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
Basically.
And yeah, I mean, we could talk more. I don't know if like we want to talk about it or not, but I think it's just like humanizing Latina moms and giving them basically a space and a chance to like relive their early years where they just had to be moms and wives and stuff, Like that was why I wanted to do it, because I want to see a Latina mom just like enjoying going to a sex shop. Like, I don't know, like enjoying her life and not having to worry about things that like they get a lot of responsibilities for. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like my mom is at a place, realistically, if we're being honest here, where she's kind of stuck in her ways a little bit. And as much as I would want her to like be this character in the movie that I'm writing, I know that it's just not gonna happen.
And I feel like when we've had conversations about the script, like that comes out sometimes in you. And I was like, no, this is a fictional character. It doesn't have to be our mom specifically. But I know it's hard to like separate the two sometimes, right? Because we do write from personal experiences. But yeah, I feel like it's kind of like how would it happen? Like an imagination and a wish fulfillment a little bit, right? What we would want for our moms. Because my mom is not going to do that right now either, like that's not, but it's like, what if they could, we have me and my, like, which is why I'm like, I want your mom to move here for you and your relationship, because me and my mom go to breakfast together, or we do little things here and there where it's just me and her time. And I'm like, oh, I love this. Like there's like, this is like something that I'm treasuring, and holding on to. Cause yeah, like you're right. They're getting older, and My mom has health issues. I don't know if your mom does. It's like stuff like that, you know? So yeah, it's being intentional with like the way that you interact with them and stuff.
I don't know. I always try to be more helpful with my mom.
Mhm.
I feel like sometimes I'm her mom.
Yeah. And you're the older sibling?
I'm the older sibling.
Yeah.
But there was a lot that I had to do growing up where it was just put on me, and I just was like, okay, I guess
Yeah,
I'm
same.
the grown up here.
And how many years apart are you and your brother?
4.
Oh, okay. But still, that's a big
Yeah.
yeah.
It was mostly on me until like now, our age.
But then he's a guy too, and that's a whole other thing.
But it's actually been really nice. My brother stepped up.
Okay, good.
He stepped up.
Yeah.
And he and my mom have the cutest relationship. I don't know if it's different with you and your brothers. Do you feel like she has a different relationship with your brothers?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
How is it different?
I feel like it's so funny. With my middle brother, like I feel like that's always been like her baby, you know, like in a way where like they get along a little bit more in a more playful way, you know?
Yes.
Oh my God. I'm gonna talk about this and I don't care. But my youngest brother,
I cannot wait.
he is like the goody two shoes of the three of us, or he is more of like he can do no wrong, you know, kind of thing. And I feel like because I like basically like help raise the middle one, you know, and I feel like I had a lot of influence on both of them. But I feel like this youngest one, you know, straight A student, like top of class, he got into USC film school, blah blah blah, all these things where he's like the golden child, right? Um when he came back for I think Christmas break, my mom was gonna wash his backpack, so she took everything out. And then she saw like a pre-rolled joint and started freaking out. And like she called me over and I was like, what happened? She's like, come look at this. And I was like, what? And then I gave her no reaction. I was like, okay, like what do you want me to? She's like, she can't be doing this. Oh my God, like blah blah blah, all these things. She got so pissed and she's like, I'm supporting him through college and this is how he spends his money and blah blah blah. And I feel like for my parents, like weed is like the worst drug they can do because it's a gateway drug.
It is.
It's gonna go to like, I don't know, crack, heroin.
They think
like,
it's worse than anything.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, she was like just throwing it all on me, and like I was not giving her anything though. I was like, can you not? Like if you're just gonna be yelling at me for something I didn't even do, like I'm gonna go. So I was like, I'm gonna go, bye, you know? And I was just letting her deal with her own emotions, but it's like I can't when you're being irrational, like I'm gonna be super rational and I can't deal with that. But yeah, like me, if it was me or my middle brother, I think it would have been a very different reaction. I feel like she still would have freaked out, but I feel like we say more things back to her. And I feel like my youngest brother is more like a little saint, you know? So I think she told him like, don't do it. And he was like, okay.
Lying.
And I'm like, I wouldn't want you to lie to your parents about you doing weed,
my God.
like marijuana.
But truly, sometimes I feel like that is the only way
I know.
out.
Yeah.
We have to lie to our parents or else they were going to be honest for smoking weed.
Yeah.
For getting our noses pierced.
I got my tattoo and she was like, hija de tu chingado. Bleep, 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 bleep. I know she was joking when she said that because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be 30. Like, come on,
Same.
You know? But still, I think there's a little bit of in her where she's just like, we're doing things that like are bad. And I'm like, you have like the 3 best kids out there. Like, stop, you know?
I know.
We're not.
I know.
Yeah.
That's so funny. My brother and I throw that at my mom all the time. We're good kids.
Yeah.
Like, we could be out there being bad kids, but we're not. We're good kids.
Yeah, exactly.
But we are we have our good and bad sides.
Yeah, but like, let us have fun. Like, let us express ourselves. Let us get septum piercings and all that stuff without you getting mad.
What's frustrating for me is that sometimes my brother just gets the easy way out.
Yeah.
I think because they're a little closer, they'll talk about anything. My brother went and did mushrooms in Marfa, Texas, and came back and was like, yeah, Mom, did mushrooms.
What did your mom say?
She was mad, but then she was just like, ¿qué le voy a decir? She's like, I'm like, Mom, you
can't be on antidepressants.
I'm like, Mom, I'll try to like rile her up. Sometimes I'm like, Mom, lo puedes regañar? And she's like, ya está grande. And I'm like, but when it's me? She doesn't know that I got my nose pierced yet. I got this like a week ago. Haven't FaceTimed her because when she sees it, she's going to be pissed. I don't know how I'm gonna bring it up.
Oh my God. She's not gonna talk to you for a week.
I'm so scared. I'm so scared.
Just put it up.
See? Lying.
I know. But, like, put it up until, like, you go visit her.
That would be...
That would be worse?
I think that would be worse.
Okay. Well, just tell her. Rip it off like a Band-Aid.
So the good thing is that I have family visiting right now. My aunt's staying with her. So my aunt could hopefully maybe, like...
like, de-escalate
her being mad. My brother wears, he has his 2 ears pierced. Yeah. I'm like, I just wanted to get my nose pierced.
Yeah, express yourself. A little fun employment vibe.
What I have right now on my side is that kind of going through a breakup. So I hope that she's like, oh, well, she's going
your
through
post-breakup septum.
She's going through things. Maybe she just needs to... I hope that helps me out a little bit. But yeah, I don't know.
I think it will.
I'm like, how can we wrap this up?
Oh, yeah.
Our moms. Moms.
Well, we're coming out with a mom movie.
Yeah,
we love our moms.
We love our moms.
That we're making a movie about it.
They're great. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming.
Oh
thank you for helping me out, being my guest.
We got super deep. I'm sorry about that.
Why are you apologizing? What is see the trauma? See the generational trauma? We can't even get deep on a podcast.
I know.
Girl, it's good.
I mean, I was here for another recording and I was like, oh my God, they're having so much fun. And then we're here like mom's trauma therapy.
I know. It is just kind of the vibe between us. Like,
I know
we get kind of serious.
You're right.
Yeah.
I'm also a very, like, I feel like I could be funny, but in like a self-deprecating way. But
we have duality.
Yes.
We're fun and traumatized.
Yeah, exactly. And we like to talk about our trauma.
And write about it.
Yeah.
And make movies about it.
Yeah. With a little comedy in there.
Just a little.
Yeah.
Just a little. Okay. That's a wrap.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks.
Bye.